Welcome to another episode here at Deep Mountain Security. Today I want to go over one method that you can use to restrict software running on your computer. So what this method's going to do is we're going to utilize the group policy editor, and you can get to that by just typing gpedit.msc, or you can go to here, gpedit.msc. And then we're going to go ahead and run that. So in order to run this, you have to be running either, at least on Windows 10, if you're running Windows 10, then you have to be running either Windows 10 Enterprise, Education, or Pro versions to be able to utilize this stuff. But then we're going to drop down here into our Windows setting categories, and we're going to go down to Security Settings. Then you're going to notice we've got the Software Restrictions Policies, and if we click on it, it's not going to have anything defined, so, oops, wrong one. So you're going to see there's no software restriction policies defined. So what we can do is we can go up here and, well, that's weird. We can go new software restriction policies. You can do that from the action menu, which is why that's weird. But then we're going to go ahead and you're going to notice that there's a couple of different things in here. And so we've got, some different rules for how we restrict or what, whether or not we restrict all stuff or whatnot. And then we've got this additional rules here. And this is what we're also going to be working with. What I can do in here is I can go, we've got a couple different rules that we can create. I'm not going to really focus on network zone because that's similar to path. But what I've got here is a couple of different rules that allow me to choose how I define what can't be run, or what can be run, restricted or unrestricted, with, depending on if we're doing a whitelisting versus a blacklisting type of a scenario. Blacklisting being that, I want to run everything except these rules, and whitelisting being I don't want to run anything except these rules, for those of you that don't know what it is. But anyways, so a path rule. A path rule is generally points to a location on your hard drive, or, a network share if we're going with a network zone, although network zone is slightly different. But anyway, so path rule, I can say under my documents folder and this executable, don't run, restrict it. Or under my downloads and this file, allow it. So this is a path rule. And one of the problems with a path rule is that it, what it's going to do is it's tied down to that specific path rather than a specific application. So if I were to create a path all the way down to command prompt, in the which case here it's going to be C Windows System 32 and then cmd.exe. And if we take a look at this, so our path here is C Windows System 32 / cmd.exe. You're going to notice that there's a couple of other things in here generally, depending on a couple of different things. But anyways, so yeah, if we did it by path, then all I'd have to do is simply copy cmd.exe and move it someplace else, or rename it, and voila, I'm around the access restriction. So we probably don't want to do it that way because that could cause some problems. So other things we've got a certificate rule, and you're going to notice that this wants you to give it a certificate. So what we can do this, and you're going to notice that it does negatively impact the performance because now we've got to look at certificates for everything. What we can do is we can select the publisher's certificate. So we could say disallow all products or software from Microsoft. Probably a bad idea running on a Windows box. But, we could go in and say, I don't know, Adobe or something like that. And then you'd take the, a certificate from them or something like that. And then you'd be able to go in and do something. So you're going to notice that it's going to want some kind of a a certificate file, or it will also accept signed files. So if we go back to our cmd, oops, my bad, Windows System 32, and then go to cmd. Oops, that's not cmd. Where is cmd? Come on. No. Might want to change that. CMD, there we go. You notice it'll also applies to like DLLs and other file extensions and stuff. And go ahead and open that. Well, I guess that one doesn't have a certificate. But anyways, you can go and you can find a script or something that a publisher made that is signed with a certificate, and you can go in and you can select that. So maybe something in here. Oops, let's go to signed files. Well, that's probably a certificate, right? Nope. That one's missing some stuff. Let's try it again. I don't know. Maybe I have something in here. Chrome, is that signed? Ah, that is signed. Google Incorporated. So we can go look at the details. And being a code signing certificate, you're going to notice that it is issued by somebody for code signing, and it's issued to Google. We've got some more information on it or whatever, how we can validate it and whatnot. And it looks like we go down through the list to this thing. So I could take the certificate and then I could either disallow it or allow it. So, if you wanted to do stuff by publisher, then this is great. What I normally do, so this might not work if you're trying to restrict every version of Google Chrome, then this probably isn't going to work because every version is going to have a different hash, is using the new hash rule. But if you're trying to disallow every version in Google Chrome, then you might want to use a certificate rule. So what we can do with a hash rule is that this is just going to take any kind of a file pretty much and hash it. It could even be an SFS file, whatever in the world that is, and we could go disallowed. But who knows what that is. But so same principle here. We can go C, Windows System 32, and then CMD, and open that. And you're going to notice it's going to give us a little bit of information about the file. It's an executable or whatever. And then we can, do whatever in the world we want, and then hit apply and OK. And voila, we've now got a hash restriction in place that doesn't restrict anything. So, yeah. Just these are some of the more basic ways of blocking or allowing exceptions and rules and creating those in terms of software restriction policies using the group policy editor in Windows-based systems. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.